Redheads. Redheads.
So sick. So sick.
Redheads.
Welcome back to Redheads. Still your number one West Coast based Liverpool focused footy podcast on the internet. It is December. It's the busy holiday season. I'm doing well. Ian, how are you doing?
Merry Liverpool miss. James. 5-game unbeaten run.
It's the quintessential Christmas came early.
I am feeling the Christmas spirit. I am feeling joy. I'm feeling comfort and joy.
You're looking quite jolly.
Shout out to Nat King Cole.
Noted Liverpool fan.
I am rosy cheeked like a cherub because I am so happy to be on this side of what has been kind of a disastrous season. I feel like we're entering new ground for this team. And like I said at the beginning, ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Look, we entered hibernation a little early this season, but we're coming out of it, like you mentioned.
Yes.
5 games unbeaten. A couple games that I would have preferred to win than to lose. We've already covered those.
We should have
Why
won.
dig up the old skeletons? But this week, we went to Italy.
Oh, yeah.
We went, home to Liverpool.
A happy hunting ground, the San Siro.
We have a remarkable record at the San Siro. We're covering, look, we got a great show for you today. As you can tell, spirits are up, spirits are high. It's stormy in Seattle, but it's nice and sunny here in Southern California.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. I have to wear sunscreen. I think that you have to wear mittens and boots.
Yeah, I'm layered up, and your face looks caked with sunscreen right now.
Unrecognizable. That's right. Almost like never mind. Anyway, before we get into the Inter game, which we're about to do, in mere moments, we have to cover sort of the elephant in the room that we covered. We talked face of the elephant last week. Let's talk elephant ass. Salah did not go to Italy.
Let's talk trunk, baby.
The trunk of it is Salah got left behind after his furor with the media.
Yeah, he got left behind because he was a little baby boy, and he had to be put in a timeout. And I think most of everyone thought it was a justified decision. At the end of the day, we won the game. I don't necessarily think we missed Salah against Inter. It would have been nice to have him as an option because our subs bench for that game was pretty dire when the team came out because Chiesa was out injured, Gakpo was out. So it was pretty lackluster. I think we had like maybe 4 less players than Inter in terms of who were available on our subs bench. But yeah. Interesting lineup too, but which we can get into. But yeah, the whole Salah saga I think is close to an end. I mean, it's definitely going to halt now that he's going to AFCON. But
right.
Yeah, I think it was justifiably so that he missed this game because, as we discussed on the last episode, he kind of threw the team under the bus, especially when everything was on fire. He kind of put more petrol on the house.
Yeah, he was pretty wasteful with that petrol, I would say. It was already on fire. Things are burning just fine without that petrol, Mo. But speaking about the lineup, it led to something that we've sort of been discussing, and that has been, on the forums, in the murmurings. Isak and Ekitike, they started together.
Message boards, yes, they started together. Everyone was so excited. I think I was so excited, and then when you start to see Isak play,
it's not exciting.
It's not exciting, it's truly bumming me out. We'll talk about Ekitike in detail later because truly, what a signing! I'm like so excited that we have him on our team, and
that backup Isak,
too. It's just one of those things where he just doesn't look on the same page as the entire team. So even if he's in a lineup where he has someone to play off of, as an Ekitike, he just kind of still looks a little stunted. He kind of looks like he doesn't know where to run. He doesn't know when to
He looks like
kind
he's
of be.
wearing a heavy backpack. He
Yeah,
runs sort of hunched over,
he
Kirkes
just does
style.
right. Which we also need to reclaim Kirkes because he's good now.
Hey, my
Yeah.
hands are off. You can have him.
But yeah, he just does not look like the player that we were supposed to have signed. And I know that he didn't have a preseason, and I know it was his fault, and blah 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 blah. But it almost kind of seems maybe at this point, this first half of the season is just going to be a write off until I don't know.
I mean, just saying maybe at this point.
I mean, it is.
Here we are. Yeah,
right.
Here we are. Here we are in 6th place. Here we are beating Inter away, to be fair. So this was our 4th game in 9 days, I believe. We played Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, the squad was stretched pretty thin, like you mentioned. I mean, we have players on this bench, Welity Lucky, for example, who I've genuinely never heard of. I don't know if he's played even in preseason. Freddie Woodman is the 3rd choice keeper. We had 2 keepers on the bench just so that not too many seats were empty,
Are you talking about Waliti Lucky, our 19-year-old center back? You've never heard of him before?
Well, hey, look, I pulled him up on ChatGPT. Is that what we're doing?
He's a FIFA created.
Yeah,
NPC.
even on Wikipedia, he has just no profile picture.
Yeah, what's really annoying about those types of games, like with like the FIFAs and the MLB the shows, is when you go like do a manager mode type thing and you sign like a kid from college, and he had like, especially for MLB the show, and then he has the little like curly Q mustache, and he's like 18 years old, and it just totally takes you out of the game. Or like,
I can't relate to this experience in the slightest. Really? I've never signed a player and had them have a curly
you never done like
mustache
franchise
before.
mode. Like it'll be like his name is like Frederick Williamson, and he has like this really bushy mustache, but he's like 18 years old. And the
like
same thing with FIFA.
20s train villain. He's tying you to the track.
Yeah, same thing with FIFA, where it's like he's 19 but has a receding hairline, and you're just like, well, that just ruins it. Anyway, sorry.
Hey, that happens to people. That's let's be nice.
That is true. That is true.
Well, anyway, lucky me, Welity Lucky on the bench, didn't get into the game.
No.
But let's quickly go over it because we won this game 1-0. We'll talk about the penalty at the end. I'm actually pretty curious to hear your take on it. But before we get there, we played pretty well, I would say. We were the better team sort of across the 90. But what was the most important thing, at least from my perspective, is we really gave Inter virtually nothing. They had a header right at the stroke of halftime. Other than that, I can't really remember them having a meaningful chance.
I mean, they did have I would say they didn't have a meaningful chance because their decision-making in the final third was like kind of mind-boggling. Like there was a few times when I don't know, I think it's like DeMarco or Enrique, I think they were the 2 like fullbacks for them, but they would make these decisions where they would like pull it back and say, like they like when you think like instead of like crossing it, they would pass to like behind them or something. They would just make these decisions just that were counterintuitive to trying to score a goal. So I think we were very lucky on that aspect too, that for whatever reason they kind of just shot the bed. They also had 2 early injuries as well too, which I think kind of messed probably with the
right. They'd made 2 changes by 30 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like we were definitely way more defensively solid. I don't know if nothing stupid, which we talked about. I thought Konate had a great game. I thought Alisson had to make saves, and he was able to do so. He was able to make saves and keep the clean sheet, which is,
it's an Alisson classic. He makes saves.
Yeah, so I think it was definitely a performance to build off of. I thought everyone besides Isak like did their jobs pretty solidly. And this is
I thought it was the
European
best performance that McAllister's had in a long time as well. Not even that he was great, but just he's been so poor that for him looking competent is a step up.
Yeah, he just looks exhausted. I think a lot of these players too, like the performances just seem like it seems less like skill based and more just like fatigue. And like, I agree with you where I think like this was probably definitely his better turnout for Liverpool.
Right. Well, that certainly makes sense. Like I mentioned, it's the 4th game in 9 days. It's not easy, but uh, players who are just coming into the side, specifically one Curtis Jones, he looks fresh. He looks like everything that we need a midfielder to be right now.
Dude, he looks awesome. Like
Yeah, he looks so good.
I keep forgetting how assured he is on the ball. You know what I mean? Like he looks truly so confident, and this happened in the Brighton game where
Are you
he's like
talking his Cruyff turns?
his Cruyff turn
Yeah.
like 4 different times, and actually I almost shat myself because I was just telling him, yelling at the TV to get rid of the ball. But he's
At
just
a certain point, it became like almost self-indulgent.
Yeah, a little
He
bit.
was in our own box. For
Absolutely.
those of you who don't know, and presumably you've listened to this podcast, that means you've watched the Liverpool games. Cujo, Curtis Jones,
Are we calling him that now?
I'm starting to.
That's good. I like that.
Because he's got that dog in him. Cujo is a Stephen King book, is that right? It doesn't matter.
Right.
Whatever.
Right,
Either way,
no,
he had
right.
the ball in our own box and was being pressed by like a player and a half, call it.
Yeah.
And he beat him twice, and then decided to, like, for a third time, go back into our box just to again humiliate this defender. It was their striker. It doesn't matter. Curtis Jones is playing phenomenally right now.
Yeah, and it's again, we've missed him in this lineup, just like someone who just knows how to take care of the ball too. Because he's not really flashy. He's not flashy like Florian Wirtz. He's not going to get you the double-digit goals and assists, but he is going to be the person that provides the assist before the assist.
Yeah.
And he's just like a really good metronome to have on the ball. Like I said before, he's very assured, and it was awesome to have him again in the lineup because I think before the Mo talking point, he had a post interview. It was either Sunderland or maybe Leeds, where he just like was like, we're shit and we need to be better. And I think that was kind of the kick up the ass that a lot of these players needed to hear, because he's now like, not only is he like the scouse in our team, but he's also he's been in this team for a long time now, so he kind of has a right to take some agency for the team's performance. And so it's just nice having that too.
He's aging out of being a young player. He's just a player now. And I think that Brighton was his 200th appearance. He's got plenty of experience in this Liverpool side.
Yeah, so it's awesome.
Go ahead.
To have him.
He's done this a couple times where he'll have a string of really good games, 5 or 6 games, and you think this is it. Curtis Jones is now just a first team player for us. Right. In the starting 11. If you're starting the proverbial Champions League final, he's in that team.
Yeah.
And then he picks up a knock. So, knock on wood. We'll see what happens over this festive period. But right now, it's been really exciting to watch him.
Yeah, because like you said, he always will get these annoying injuries after he's made a break into the team, and then he's out, and then he has to work himself back. It's like this really vicious cycle. So hopefully we see the end of it this season. Hopefully he's able to just stake a claim, but we'll see. But it's, again, I don't think we're any worse having him in the team, especially in the midfield and not in like a right back position.
Right. Yeah. We'll get to the right back too when we talk about Brighton. But before we move on, I want to talk about as well. Well, we have the penalty to cover, but even before that, we've got so much to cover today. What a show! Isak came off in the 68th minute for Wirtz. Wirtz didn't start. I think it was just a leg situation. I was disappointed not to see him start because I think he's really good in Europe.
Yeah.
But he came out and he looked good. But I think the most interesting thing about it is that was a one striker. He was at the 10, but he was almost like a second striker in this formation.
Because I don't remember if when they subbed him on, I don't remember them sticking with the 4-4-2 because they just didn't really have any options. So I think he just played like right behind Ekitike, like the Lingam guy.
Basically a second striker. And then so him being higher up the pitch is what allowed him to win this pen.
Yeah.
In the 80th or the 88th.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it. I, in the moment, did not think it was a penalty.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I was pretty shocked that we got it. Maybe on the rub of the green, we shouldn't have had the penalty given against us against Galatasaray. We lost that 1-0. Now we've gotten this penalty. We win this 1-0. It is a foul. Look, if it happens anywhere besides the box, it's not.
You can't tug another player's jersey.
And he
And
tugs it. He gives it a good old tug.
oh, he's having
He's
a
a
good time.
wanker.
He's tugging that thing. And it's like, it is it's because, you mentioned the Galatasaray penalty, but also we had a goal ruled out in this game too, a Konate header.
Yeah, good point.
And I think they called it off due to a handball where I don't remember who touched it or who they called it off
of.
It might have been him, but it like kind of touched his arm, but it was one of those things where I'm like, I was listening to people saying like that's not they would have given that in England but not in Europe. So there's just like different versions of the handball rule which are interpreted differently in different leagues, which is just really annoying.
Yeah.
So, not given that, that was annoying. The penalty, look, like he tugged him off. Like that's all we can say.
He tugged him off right at the death.
And you just can't be that dumb. It's like literally the 88th minute, and just don't tug at a player. And yes, like Florian went down like very
theatrically. It was
theatrically.
quite theatrical.
Yeah. But look, sometimes you literally have to do that. And I think the refs this season have been like pretty awful, all things considered.
Just sort of across the board.
And I think now it's more understood that players, like look at Salah, he gets fouled every single day, every game he plays, and does not get. I mean,
he gets bear hugged. Two arms around him.
I think players see that and they just were like, okay, well then I have to embellish it, and then it's not like it wasn't like a quote unquote dive. There was contact, but it was theatrical. Truly couldn't care less. It's our team. It's Liverpool. Is it slightly embarrassing? I guess. I don't know, but
I mean, I'm over it.
Yeah, I couldn't care less. Care less. But the penalty taker, I think our player of the season so far.
Big Dom
Szoboszlai.
It was. Were you nervous as he stepped up? What were you thinking? He was going to finish it?
I closed my eyes.
I think that we, experience games differently. I was pretty confident. You never know. But Szoboszlai is very dependable for Hungary. He's got a great right leg. That trunk. Speaking of trunks.
Yeah, he's got those twinkle toes. He wears size 5 shoes for a size 9 foot. And he struck the ball really well, man.
Yeah.
I see a future penalty taker within our midst, and he's just like stepped up so much this season.
Yeah, he's been so good. He's the reason why we're in 6th and not 16th.
Truly. So it's awesome. It's just awesome. I'm so happy that we have like a captain material in the midfield too, like a captain material player in the midfield that is able to like take matters into his own hands, because like Verge can only do so much at the back.
Right. He's everywhere. Szoboszlai in both boxes. Everywhere. He's wearing that number 8. I remember a particular number 8 from Liverpool's history who was pretty damn good. He's doing it justice. So who's that?
Yeah, who's that? Who are you talking
about? Man, head scratcher. Put me on a spot here. It's Steven Gerrard.
Oh yes, of course.
Well, we got stuff to cover. So let's move on to Brighton.
Real quick though, on the game for Inter.
Okay, sure.
I think. Look,
kind of closed the book on that already.
Sorry, I had to reopen it. I had dog-eared this. I think we're pretty safely going to go into the next round. It just depends on whether it's via playoffs or not. We are essentially level with 3 teams. The third team being Inter in 6th place, and the 9th place team is us, and we are in the last like little playoff spot.
Right.
And now we play Marseille away, which will be very tough. And then I believe, don't we have one more game before that? Karabag at home.
Yep.
I think we are in good position. I mean, the PSV game really fucked us, but I think
that goal difference.
Yeah, I think we are in pole position. I think we have enough in the old tank, as it were.
Well, I think that 4 points probably does it. If we could draw in Marseille and win at home against Karabag, then that probably is enough to get us into the qualifying rounds and not have to play those extra 2 games, which would be great. 1 point across these 2 games, I think, guarantees us progression just in general, that would put us into that qualifying round. And of course, if we win both games, we'll finish like fourth. So yeah, this is massive, and this season is such a hard one to really get a read on, because here we are, we won at the San Siro, we've beaten Atletico Madrid, we've beaten Real Madrid, we've beaten Arsenal, and then we've been spanked 3-0 by Nottingham Forest. What was it, 4-1 against PSV,
right?
3-0 against City. So it's just been so hot and cold, so hot cocoa and chai latte that.
Oh, that's a reference from a from a past record.
It's a reference, right? That's right. It's a reference from a recording that you guys haven't heard. But I stuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This season's bonkers. It feels, they keep putting us on our toes. We're walking on eggshells, but I think
whoa,
walking
and
on
don't
sunshine.
it feel good?
And not up here, as I said before. It's pouring. Can you hear the rain, the pitter patter in the mic?
I actually do hear it. Yeah, it's coming through.
That's annoying.
It's pretty quiet. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Who knows? Hopefully, like I said before, hopefully we've turned a corner and now we're able to see kind of a more consistent Liverpool. But, we could just be a top 4 team, and a top 4 team loses every once in a while or draws every once in a while. So we'll see.
You don't even need to go at 2 points per game to really get top 4 these days.
Right. But a game we did not lose or draw, James.
Go on.
Oh, I was setting you up. Brighton and Hove Albion, James.
Speaking of corner turners, we turned a hard corner by scoring a corner, finally. It's, I think, our first of the season. We're now -8 on set pieces as opposed to -9.
After shipping so many, the football gods decided to give us one of our own. Brighton is they're an interesting team. They're a little wishy-washy too, because they've lost. I think they've only won 2 of their last 5. But they have like a lot of great players: Matoma, Minte, Welbeck. I like Von Hecke, or
a certain James Milner.
That's right. So they're a tough team, and this game, as we just said, I was kind of just like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not really expecting anything from Liverpool, but it was another building off in terms of performances where I thought we looked relatively solid. I thought Curtis Jones again had an amazing game.
Curtis Jones was also phenomenal. Back to back.
Cruyff Jones.
Johan Jones.
Ekitike, who might be our signing of the season. Kirk has had a great game. And bearing the lead, we got to see Mo Salah again. That's
right. He didn't get to fly to Italy, but he happened to already be in Liverpool for this game. So he was back on the bench. He did not start, but we started out the gates at a canter. We scored the fastest Premier League goal of the season so far, 47 seconds. Ekitike. That was quite a finish.
This was I think it was the first goal under 9 minutes. Wait, the first goal in under 9 minutes under slot. If that makes sense. So this is the very first.
Right. So in other words, the earliest we'd scored previously was in the 9th minute.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. West Ham literally broke the record the next game, which is annoying. But,
that is a little bit frustrating.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Good to be the king.
And the game's awesome. The goal was awesome because we pressed.
I was just going to say, because it came from the press.
And who started the press? Cruyff Jones, as I'm calling him.
And you know who didn't take any part in the press? Alexander Isak, who didn't start.
He did not start.
And that's the reason why we were able to get a pressing goal, a counter press, in the first place.
But yeah, Jones presses, leads to a throw-in, and then Minte kind of pulls a little Kirkes gene, and he basically boots the ball into his box, essentially. Great awareness and header from Gomez to set up Ekitike. Beautiful first touch, rifles into the net. Awesome. Ekitike, man, truly, people are getting like Fernando Torres vibes from him.
Le Garçon is back, baby.
I'm loving it. He has a great Instagram too. People are raving about his Instagram. I'm raving about
Just the man.
The man himself. Hugo.
Wow, the voice of an angel. No, Hugo has been Hugo has been phenomenal so far. Signing of the season for sure. Pretty frustrating that he can't play 90 minutes. He goes off injured at the
Welcome to the
78th.
Prem. Welcome to the
Prem.
Prem.
Hopefully it was just a bit of cramp.
Yeah,
a niggle, as we like to say.
Stop saying that. People need to stop saying that.
But yeah, he was for 75 minutes. He was so good. Best player on the pitch, whose name wasn't Johan Cruyff Jones.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what more really to say about him. He looks so good. He scores the corner. You kind of forget, at least I forget, that
we can do that.
Well, that we're allowed to score from corners. No, right. But that Ekitike is 6'3". He's a big guy. Yeah,
he's like notoriously very bad at heading the ball.
Right.
I think like even back in the Frankfurt days too, like the season before, like I don't
way back when 4 months ago.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I just don't think he has mastered that skill set yet. But yeah, another great header, assist from Mo, who became the all-time goals and did he pass Wayne Rooney in the goals and assists tally?
Yeah, for one club.
For one club, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Suck it, Chelsea. And yeah, man. Again, when we signed Ekitike, I was very excited, but it was kind of he's raw talent, and we'll just see what we get from him. But Isak is the main guy.
We thought.
So we thought. He's awesome, dude. Again, I like him.
Yeah, he's a star. He's up to 7 goals. He's got 4 in his last 2 Prem games. That's awesome. First of all,
very awesome.
He also, like you said, he presses. He's fast. He can dribble. He's
great. He's fast with the ball too.
He also drops deep now and then to sort of link up play between midfield and attack, and he's really good at that too.
That's the thing that's awesome too, is that he involves himself in the game. Where with Isak, again, God bless him, he will be a great signing for Liverpool, hopefully. But he is very much just like, I'm going to be around in the box, and you just service me the ball, and I will score. And we've seen it, like with the West Ham goal, amazing goal. With Ekitike, though, he really, like you said, he drops back, he feeds people through. He likes to integrate himself with the happenings of the game. Like, he likes to put himself out there, and he looks like he's just growing in confidence too. And
he just likes to be involved.
Yeah, he loves it.
My man loves footy.
Oh yeah, he hates. He has FOMO. He has football FOMO.
He's got FOMO. Sorry, I got distracted because I was just remembering what I texted you when he scored.
Read it to me.
Hugegoal Ekiteamyay.
Did I respond?
Yeah, you said save it for the pod, and here we are.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, Hugegoal Ekiteamyay, Le Garçon. He's the star of the team right now. Curtis Jones. Honorable mention, maybe honestly a better performance, but you really can't look past a brace, which Ekitike came up with. But there's the other side of this that you kind of already mentioned. Joe Gomez starts, Mo Salah does not, but he does return to the team after throwing his toys out the pram. But
what does that mean?
We had this conversation on pod, dude.
Yeah, I know, but what does it mean?
I think we came to the conclusion that we don't know. It's too British for us.
Is a pram like a play, like one of those like little,
it's got to be just like
enclosed,
a hexagonal little fence that that you put the toys into so the kids can play.
I'm an uncle, so I'm gonna start using that when I visit my little nephew. If
you're gonna start using the word pram.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna start using it just when I'm around him. Be like, hey, put your toys back in the pram.
How old is this? How old is this kid?
He's like 2.
So it's gonna go well. I mean, he doesn't know what pram means either. So
no, exactly. So
he could put them anywhere.
Exactly. He'd be like, "Is this a pram? I don't know."
Anyway, the toys, they're out the pram, but Mo's back in the side. What a segue. Joe Gomez starts. He gets hurt. Non-contact injury. Does not look good.
Not good. I mean, it's a bummer he had to play this game because Bradley, I think, was boneheaded because when
suspended with his 5th yellow. Yeah.
So Joe had to play this game, and that's what happens when you play Joe Gomez more than
3 times in a week.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a shame. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. I'm assuming he won't be available for Tottenham, but
I'm assuming it's going to be a long time. Given the way that he went down, I think
Yeah,
this is a muscle tear
yeah,
situation.
not cool,
Could be
not
a
cool.
strain. You never know.
I haven't looked, so I couldn't tell you. But he leaves for Mo Salah, which I think a lot of people were pretty surprised about because you know, you did have like Ramsey on the bench. I don't think he was going to use Ramsey, even though we were winning at the time of the sub.
Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
but he has Jones and Szoboszlai on the field, who both can do a job at right back. So I think he
That's
just
true. And
trusted them.
I actually thought it was kind of a big call, or at least an interesting one, that Slot decided to put Szoboszlai at right back, not Curtis.
Yeah,
Sort of that's to say that Jones is having more of an impact from midfield, and Dom has been, our best player all season.
I think so. And yeah, he probably has just a little bit more data attached to Szoboszlai in the right back position. So he probably just trusted
fair.
him there. Also, you're dealing with I thought was Diego Gomez was Brighton's left-sided player, and I thought he was okay, and probably wanted someone who has like an engine to be able to track your runner and such. But yeah, Mo came on.
All good points.
Mo
all
came on,
great points,
and
got busy. He looked busy right away.
He truly looked like invigorated. Like I think it did seem like, because I think the whole talk before this game was, is it going to be his last game? Is this our farewell to Mo? It didn't seem like that. Like, I guess you could interpret the way he was playing as like, yeah, maybe because his family was also watching the game. Like they were at the stadium.
People were making, a lot about that. I'm pretty sure his family's at every game.
Are they? I mean, maybe his wife and his children are, but like his parents were there. So make of that what's the saying?
Make of that what you will.
Thank you, James. But yeah, I don't know. He just looked like ready to contribute, and he did too.
Right. I mean, he subbed on, and his first action, you might say, was the defensive action. He was tracking back, which of course he was going to do. I think that kind of tailed off, which I don't know, fair enough.
Yeah.
But he plays a great corner in for Hugegoal Ekiteamyay in the 60th. It was honestly makes me wonder why we haven't used him at corners more often this season.
Mo, I don't know.
That in swinger.
Yeah, it is funny. Like towards the end of the game too, Mo should have had another assist and a goal potentially, and that was like another thing too. Like as the game was wearing on, I mean, he got subbed on in the 30th minute, and he kind of looked not leggy, but he just like it did not look like he had the pace to to run on to like a loose ball and stuff like that. But he played a couple passes, especially one that should have been to Ekitike that it was bad. It was really bad. But other than that,
lead foot for sure. Really overhit that one. Missed a couple chances at the end. He was, you couldn't leave him out, put him that way, but it was not quite the performance. Certainly if it was his farewell performance, which I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You wouldn't want him to go out on that one. But again, he contributed. He got the corner. He got the assist.
Yeah. And I heard some people like making a claim to have him be that second striker in like a 4-4-2, and I don't mind that. I actually think he would probably do really well, just like being lethal in and around the box. Maybe
I think that could work really well.
Like playing off someone who's like 6'2", 6'3". I think that could potentially be pretty beneficial to him.
I'm certainly curious to see what it would look like. I think that it would mean that he has just a lot less running to do,
right.
At least in theory. He doesn't have a fullback to track. Like, it's that simple. The center backs don't run up the field, but the fullbacks do. Football 101.
Right.
So yeah, I'd be curious.
Class,
right? Did I ace it?
Yeah.
I did, but I had to take it twice.
Oh,
yeah.
Your attendance was, not up to par.
Spotty at best. I kept picking up little nickels.
Oh God.
I'm uncomfortable every time I say it. I'll be totally honest, but
you keep saying it.
I know, and it feels worse each time. It does not get easier.
Yeah. Also, you're Irish, so it just feels a little bit more venomous when you say it.
Irish, but it's been a long time. I'm an American. Stars and
These
stripes.
colors don't run.
Mm-mm.
All right, continue, James.
Well, there's not that much more to say about this game. So we won 2-0. That was great. To be honest, Brighton had their chances. They easily could have scored two. not Joe Gomez, but something Gomez, the guy you were talking about,
Diego, yeah.
Diego Gomez, Brighton's left winger, absolutely should have scored. He hits the
Mente
post.
too. Had a good
Mente
chance
too.
too.
Yeah, he did have a good chance. So I guess my point really is like, look, we've won 2, we're unbeaten in 5, but it's not as if it's completely rosy in the garden. You know, the sun
Right.
broke through the clouds, but there's still potential rain in the forecast.
I
Um,
mean, like you kind of forget that the game is also like based around luck. Like you kind of just have to be lucky. And yeah, we could have had a few more goals, but Brighton also could have had a few more goals too, or they could have at least scored like 2
right.
from the Gomez and Mente chances. But but yeah, if you look at the expected goals, it's like pretty similar. Like they actually lead. They have 1.9 to our 1.89. So, like pretty slim pickings, but yeah, I mean it was a pretty even game, I would say, throughout. But we just looked again, we didn't make any mistakes. Konate again had a pretty solid game. He
Yeah.
did get a needlessly stupid yellow card when he just like slide tackled. I think it was like in the middle of the field too. It was so stupid. And
Yeah,
I was
for a moment I thought they were gonna review it, which would have
right.
been ridiculous, but it did make me nervous. Just like Kanate, who makes me nervous on a weekly
But
basis.
right. I thought Kirkez. I think I might be reclaiming him because I thought he looked really good.
He did
I
look
think
good.
I think Minte like got past him once, but other than that, he pretty much locked him up.
Yeah, he looked pretty fast. I mean, I know that he is fast, Kirk
Yeah.
is, but keeping pace with Minta is no easy thing, and he
Right.
made it look easy for the
Right.
most part.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Isak comes up back on the 76th minute, doesn't really contribute.
No,
Again, I'm very interested to see what's going to happen because now that Salah's gone for about like what a month or so, it'll be very interesting to see what we do because we don't really have other attacking options off the bench. So I wonder if we will see an Ekitike Isak pairing again, or if it'll just be a sub one on, sub one off, where one starts one game, one starts the other. I don't know if we'll be seeing them again
yeah, that's
together.
interesting because, like you're saying, there's just if you start Verts, Ekitike, and Isak together,
Right.
and Mo's at AFCON, the only attacking sub is Chiesa, and we have ample evidence that Slot's not interested. So that's all to say that there really isn't an attacking change that you can make. So I think you're
And we
right.
have ample evidence that not all of them can start or can play 90 minutes. Like one of them, they have at least
None of
like
them can play
75.
90
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think is what you're saying.
That's
We
true.
haven't even
Exactly.
spoken about Verts in this one. He was lively, maybe not as impactful as I was hoping ultimately, but I think like the green shoots they're still growing. That stock's getting thick.
Yeah, he had 3 created chances, and I think he had a blocked shot. So like he wasn't like everywhere, but he had you know he was fine. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
we didn't
there's
really
not that
need
much to
him.
say about him,
Yeah,
really. Yeah. Defensively, he was putting the work in, which I like to see. He does seem, it's sort of inarguable that he's thickened up a little bit. He's much stronger on the ball. He's not getting pushed off the way he was back in August.
he bulked up.
So I think all signs point to yes, January is going to be a big Verts month. Um, but like you said, sometimes you just need to get lucky, and that's exactly
Yeah,
what we did. And luckily, we've got a week off now between Brighton and our next game, which is Spurs away. Now, Spurs just got tonked 3-0 by
yeah,
Forest. So I want to say that means they're terrible, but we literally just went and did the same thing. So they're at least
yeah,
as bad as we are.
yeah.
What do you think
They
about the Spurs game? Are we favorites?
they look pretty open.
They
I
look
didn't.
pretty open.
I This will be interesting to see because I was afraid that Thomas Frank was going to lose his job, and it would have just been classic for us
They'd
to
have that
play
manager bounce.
that manager bounce. So I am wary. I mean, I watched that game against Fulham where they just truly shot themselves in the foot twice. The keeper
That sounds familiar.
Vicario's I don't know. He's iffy. He's an iffy keeper. So I think he's like bound to spill shots. So I think if we kind of lay
Pepper
some
that goal.
pepper that goal exactly. Romero's kind of he has foolish moments, a la Ekitike or a la Konate,
Yep.
And I don't know. I think they just make dumb mistakes a lot. Like I think Archie Gray, their midfielder, basically back passed it to Vicario, and then he misplaced it, and then they were able to score. Nottingham Forest was able to score a pretty easy goal. So they just have these like weird mistakes in them,
which I would not mind one bit if they could do that for us.
That'd be great. But this is also a must-win game for them. I feel like in terms of the manager's, job security.
Yeah.
But we did this fixture last year. I don't remember if it was home. It might have been at Anfield where we scored like 5 goals and they scored 3 or something. It was like that chaotic.
I think that one was away. 6-3 about this time
6-3.
of year as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, honestly. I miss Ange so much.
Yeah, it was 6-3. That was man, that was a blast. Fun game. I don't know. I'm kind of just not trying to get my hopes up over anything. As excited as I am, Tottenham do have weapons. They have
Javi Simon's good player.
Yeah,
Richarlison, not a good player, but seems to do well against us. Yeah, Kudus, another good player. I agree.
Yeah, Kolomuani,
Mickey Loglegs.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be an interesting game, I think, and I think if we're able to at least be defensively solid, I think we have a pretty good chance of beating them at their stadium, at their ground.
I think so too. Look, it's away. Away games are hard. Spurs are coached by Thomas Frank, the ex-Brentford manager. He knows how to coach a set piece. He knows how to, I would say he knows how to set up a defense, but he hasn't done so well this season with Spurs.
A thing that could be in our favor is that I think if we score a goal early, I think they just sort of
shut down.
The Spurs fans too will kind of be make their voices heard.
Yeah. Right. I think that's right. Look, it seems like a good time to play Tottenham, but that's the kind of thing that you don't want to get too carried away with. I also think we've won 2 in a row. We're unbeaten in 5. But if you get that third, this is a big game for our revival. Is what I'm trying to say. Like if we win this one and make it 3 on the bounce, then I'll be feeling really great about next week, which is Wolves. All of a sudden, the table would look a lot different if you string 4 wins together.
Yeah,
and we've also been really lucky with the Christmas fixtures. Normally, you play the 26th and the 28th, for example. Like you get 2 days off. Now we have a week off for the first time since August, and we've got another week off after this. So, although the squad is looking pretty threadbare, we've got recovery time.
Yeah, hopefully that's a good thing. Sometimes people will say like you want when a team is on a roll, they want to keep playing to kind of keep that rhythm, momentum.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, like you said, this and then Wolves at home and then Leeds at home, who we must beat because I am mad.
Yep.
And then we play Fulham away. Fulham actually do scare me a little bit because they're a little wily.
Yeah, they're a little like Brighton. They're pretty unpredictable.
But the cherry on top is going to be that Arsenal game at the Emirates.
Right.
Like, are we going to be playing spoiler? Are we going to... Maybe at this point, are we like back in the mix? Like, who knows?
I mean, if we've won all those fixtures that you've just laid out until the Arsenal game, I bet that we play that game with a chance to go even on points. But
because
that's a lot of wins between now and then that we have not shown the consistency of tallying just yet,
But look, so can I give you Arsenal's fixtures?
Hit me.
Okay. So their next game, because they truly got out of jail against Wolves, a team that only has 2 points, no wins. They needed 2 own goals to beat Wolves, which is, we haven't played them yet.
On pace to be the worst ever Premier League team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they play Everton next. Will Everton do us a favor? We don't know. Everton have been kind of wishy-washy. They lost to Chelsea in the last game, but who knows? We'll see. But it's at the Hill Dicky.
It's at the Dick Hill.
And also, Arsenal have a EFL Cup game as well. So they're playing an extra game in this whole mix.
Right.
So that could also play a huge part because they play Crystal Palace in the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup after that, like 3 days later. So who knows what they're going to be prioritizing. I'm assuming the Everton game. But anyway, so in the league, they have Everton and then Brighton. Brighton is a good team. We just played them.
Yep. Could have easily dropped points.
Next up, they have Aston Villa, who I think are extremely good. And they went from like having a horrible start at the beginning of the season to now being, what are they? They're 3 points
They're
off.
3 points
first.
back. They just beat Arsenal.
I know, and they're playing them again, and I'm chomping at the bit because Emery would love nothing more than to win this game.
To go up above Arsenal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You'd be tugging him off. You would, yeah,
tugging you off late into the night.
You tug you off for that kind of chance. Wanker. I'll post that video. Don't worry. And then finally, before the game against Liverpool, they play Bournemouth, who have been a little rickety. But they
just had a 4-4 thriller last night.
That's what I mean. They haven't won a game in their last 5, but they scored 4 goals against United at Old Trafford, which was just very, very funny.
Another spanner in the mix for that Bournemouth game. Will Semenyo still be a Bournemouth player? Will he be a Liverpool player? Will he be a City player?
This is a great point. Who knows? Maybe he'll be ready to go against Arsenal for Liverpool. We'll see.
I would love that. We're desperate for pace.
Oh, absolutely. Could use it. We could use it. But yeah, so those are Arsenal's fixtures. The only reason I bring it up is because
that sounds pretty tasty.
It sounds tasty. It sounds like, because I feel like every time I see them, they're playing like Burnley, and you're like, okay, well, they're gonna win that game,
right? That's what we thought about Wolves, and they did win, but it was
that's true.
It was a nail boider.
That's a nail boider.
Nail boider. Apologies to listeners for that one.
It's okay. I don't know. I'm speaking on their behalf. But yeah, the only reason I bring up the Arsenal fixtures is because it's just interesting to see them in this title race and to see, could this be the stretch of fixtures where they capitulate. Obviously, it's December. Like, you don't win or lose a Premier League title in the month of December, but you can lose ground. So we'll see. I'm excited.
Right. Are they going to be, consolidating their position up top, or are they going to be sweating bullets come, January 6th? What? I shouldn't have picked that day, January 7th.
Sweating cannons, James.
Sweating cannons. I get it. I think that it's good. I'm interested. I'm also, I've got the old PTSD, the City PTSD. They look like they're starting to just really figure it out. Holland's got 16 goals in 16 games.
Foden looks back on track.
Right. I don't love that. Doku seems like he figured out how to, pass to a teammate in the final third, which I don't love.
How to score.
Well, yeah, I really don't love that. So it's going to be interesting. Well, look, it's easy to get excited, but we got to get Spurs first.
Yes.
And before we wrap that up, I got to ask, I guess I know your answer, but definitively, is Mo coming back from AFCON?
I think so. I think the general consensus, from people that are way more informative than I am, because I'm not informative.
Yeah, you're informative for me.
It seems like he's going to be coming back. Like the farewell at the end where he was clapping everyone, it didn't seem like it was a goodbye. Again, this is just reading. It was
more
language.
Like a my bad, if anything.
Maybe, yeah, or like I'll see you guys in a little bit. We'll see. So I guess the real question is
that was the body language that you got from it.
What?
I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shrug his shoulders. No, but I think the real question is if he's gonna leave in the summer now. Like that, I don't think he's gonna leave in January, but potentially in the summer that could still be on the cards.
It's gonna depend on how the second half of the season goes. If he's on the bench, then he's leaving, guaranteed. Mm-hmm. On that note, I'm curious, what's the lowest sum you think we would take? Would we go as low as, say, 40 million?
I don't even know what the asking price has been. Was it in the hundreds for Saudi Arabia?
Well, there was a bid 2 summers ago now where reportedly they bid 150 for Mo. We said no, and also I think Mo wasn't interested. Mo said no. But now obviously he's not playing quite as well. Obviously he's a couple years older. He's got 18 months left on his contract. So I expected it would be more in like the 50 million range. And I don't know at what point it becomes, what number is too high to ignore, basically.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. I saw some people also making the case for MLS too, to maybe play out his contract here and do the Gerrard move, which I would love that just because then we would be able to see him play in the flesh. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'm sure the money doesn't add up in terms of being compared to the Saudi league, but I don't know. I think
I'm sure it's plenty.
He'll get a rights deal or something like that. Uh, I don't know. Maybe it has to be less than 100 at this point, especially
Right.
if he's not going to be playing. So maybe like 60 to 70. I don't know.
That's when you start to think, well, that's a free Semenyo, for example.
Yeah, exactly. And also that much money for a 34-year-old, I think that might be a good deal. I mean, it's obviously not what they wanted.
It's a great deal. I agree.
Yeah,
I
so
would be heartbroken if that's how it happened, meaning if he left in January for 60 million.
I feel
But
like the leaving
from
in
just a numbers perspective, it makes too much sense.
I feel like the leaving in January would just give us too much work to do, because I think we'll have to talk about this on an episode soon, just about the January transfer window and what we do to help out the squad. Because I think players will be coming through the door.
We have to
Uh,
sign a defender.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think if we let Mo go, and especially if they reconciled, or at least maybe, evened out the situation somewhat, I don't think they're gonna let him go and then have to figure out an option to even if that is Semenyo. I don't know, but
Right. Well, Semenyo obviously has been linked already, and he's got this release clause, 65 million for an attacker these days. Like, I have to admit that I haven't watched a ton of him. I saw him score a brace against us, and he looked great.
he scored against United. Good goal.
Right, he scored against United, true. So he's got at least three. That's three by my count for sure. Um, but that release clause being 60 million, this number that we've now invented for Mo being 60 million, I don't know. It's starting to add up.
Yeah,
Um, the only thing that I want to know about him is how much he presses. Like, out of possession, is he a workhorse? Is he a Luis Diaz type?
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what his pressing numbers are.
Right.
Um,
That's
I mean
deep
that
pressing.
could it could be something that's just trained. I don't know.
I mean, look, I think you can ask someone to press more than they do, but to a certain extent, I think it's just like player type.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone trained Luis Diaz to press like a monster. He just is like, he's that kind of guy,
right.
and I want more of that kind of guy.
I'm looking at his. I don't see anything in terms of pressing numbers, but uh, but everything is green, which I'm gonna take as a good thing.
Yeah,
James, you can't.
green means go. I can't see
Green
a
means
thing on
go.
that green screen, but I imagine that means that he's in, the 80th percentile higher.
Right, everything in the shooting and goal oriented stats are all green, which to me that like you said is a good thing.
Exciting, very exciting. Sign him up. Let's get Gahey. I saw a rumor that Gahey's going to City. Hate that. Look, let's not get too deep into the transfer pod. I think that you've already previewed that for next week. Um,
Or
and
not
then
next week. We don't know.
that's true. I'm glad you brought that up. Will we do a Christmas ep? Will we skip Christmas ep and just enjoy our families? That's a really interesting question.
Maybe if we do, maybe it's a little shorty, a little
Just
episode,
just a little check-in.
a little check in.
Like, hey, Spurs suck. We hit them for 3. That was
Yeah,
exciting. Merry Christmas, y'all. Something like that. In fact, maybe I'll just cut that.
I was gonna say it. I think we just recorded it.
Well, hey, good ep. Good ep
Great
today.
up,
Good ep tomorrow. Good ep every time, dude. It's a good ep when I'm talking to my buddy Ian. Ian, you got something to say to these people?
folks. Like and subscribe to the podcast. At
Listen to
this
the
point,
podcast.
listen to the pod. I mean, that would be awesome too. At this point, you already have your chosen podcast app that you like to use, and you can find us on it. It's great. You can also
Octagon, Triangle, Apple
these are all
Podcasts, Spotify.
these are all generative AI podcast apps where you can find our content. You can find us on YouTube at Redheads Podcast, where we got clips up, baby. We got
The clips are good.
episodes, baby,
The episodes are better.
and Instagram, Redheads Pod. There we are. That's it. That's the content. That's what we give to you.
That's the content that we deliver on a weekly basis, sometimes twice a week. You might call that bi-weekly. It's exciting. Get excited. Get involved. Send us some hate mail. But we're back on asking for hate mail.
I mean, I would like some mail.
Just you send us some mail.
Yeah, whatever you got, send it our way. It doesn't have to be.
Your letter to Santa. We'll read it. We'll read it live.
Yeah, are you naughty? Are you nice? We'll decide.
That's right. That's right. Well, you got to probably send us a couple things that you've done this year.
Right.
To
A
a sort of
confessional.
yeah, you're right. Right.
We should do a call-in show.
Send us your Santa confessionals.
Yeah.
And next week's episode will be very interesting.
Spicy takes. James, it was awesome. 5 games unbeaten. Liverpool are back? Question mark. But
Question mark?
I know it's not a question mark. This episode, baby.
That's an exclamation point.
That's exactly what I was
Boom.
thinking.
Damn.
All right. Well, peace.
Peace.